Come.
Good. All right. So I'll give me a second. Okay. Couple more. Just let it be handled. Just rock and roll. Okay, let's get this done. Shalom, Yah, Bashim, Yah, Shavakatel to the brothers. Shalom, Yah, Yah, Shemor, Atham, Bashim, Yah, Shah to the sisters. I'm priest and officer Paratazar of Yonkers, New York. Let's clap it up for the Lord. This is Tuesday, and you know in the I.S.U.P.K, this is Tuesday Brotherhood class. So let's clap it up for the Brotherhood and the sisterhood. This is an I.S.U.P.K. Started off in 1 West 125th Street under Commander General YAHANNA. And since 1969, I.S.U.P.K. been in the streets, been in the hood, in the crevice, in the little nicks, you know what I'm saying, in that little stuff that's stuffed in your couch, you know what I'm saying, behind the refrigerator, behind, you know what I'm saying, behind the stove. That's where we've been. We've been in the nasty areas since 1969. We've been teaching Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians that they are the chosen people of this Bible. Since 1969, we've been teaching Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians brotherhood and sisterhood. We've been teaching our people that we are the chosen people of the Bible. Of the Bible. We are the chosen people of the Bible. The Puerto Ricans, the chosen people of the Bible. The Venezuelans, the chosen people of the Bible. The Brazilians, the chosen people of the Bible. The Haitians, the chosen people of those are God's people. The Mexicans, God's people. Nobody else. The so-called Black Americans, God's people. But why we don't know this? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. We don't know this. We don't know this at all. You know why we don't know this? Because we hard-headed and stiff-necked. You know what I'm saying? You know why we don't know this? Because we are being punished. It's like it, sir. All right?
What?
That's mine right there, the headband.
Oh, so you
so no, I'm okay, sir.
Right,
yeah. Oh, go ahead. It's like it, sir.
Come. Just so I have something on there.
Oh, come. So Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians, because we've been hard-headed and stiff-necked. Because we don't want to follow behind the Most High God. The Most High God is punishing, you know, some Blacks, Latinos, and First World nations. That's, you know what I'm saying, that's here and scattered abroad. We're being punished because we are God's chosen people. We are God's chosen people. Dominicans, Cubans, we are God's chosen people. The reason why I'm calling you these names because our oppressor called us this name. Our oppressor. Because we don't want to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. Our forefathers were being punished. But since 1969, I.S.U.P.K. been teaching Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians to come back to your heritage. To come back to the Most High God. To come back to God. To come back to our brother. You know what I'm saying? Yahushua, Jesus in English. Yahushua in the Hebrew. To come back to our brother who died for us. That's the only person, you know what I'm saying? We are the only people that they died for, the Israelites. We are the 12 tribes of Israel. That's who we are. That's who we are. But our oppressor, the person that's been lying to you, the person that's been telling you Jesus is white, the chosen people is white, the Egyptians are white, the South Africans is white, the Australians is white, Those people we following behind, they set themselves up as God's people. No, not at all. They robbed God's people. They put us in slavery. That's what they did. They raped us. They beat us. But since 1969, we've been in these streets, I.S.U.P.K, and we've been teaching our brothers how to love one another, how to become a friend, how to show honor to one another, because that's what we need. You know that's what we need. We need that. We need to be in a place, in a safe place, away from this rapist so we can start healing. So we don't have to, you know what I'm saying, to get off that scent of being raped, of being murdered, taking 1,000 showers, scrubbing your skin to the, you know what I'm saying, to the grain, to get that nasty stench off us. When did we have time, you know what I'm saying? When did we have time to heal? No. We too busy, you know what I'm saying, in Whitney Young, on Saratoga, on Elliott, on Warburton, on Bavine, on Woodworth, on Oak Street, on Morningside, or off a lake, South Broadway and North Broadway. We too busy taking hundreds and thousands of showers a day to try to get this rapist scent off our skin. That's what we've been doing. That's what we've been doing. We're looking around, you know what I mean? We're looking around because we are distraught. We are traumatized. And then we don't know how to control our anger. We latch out at others, people who look like us. We latch out. Then we start loving the rapist. Then we start loving the murderer. Now, you know what I'm saying? He raped me because it was my fault. That's what, you know what I'm saying? We start learning helplessness. But we're going to go into my favorite scripture. One of my favorite scripture, you know what, Ecclesiastes 6:13, to open this up. Because, you know what I'm saying, we don't know how to be a friend because we've been traumatized. We don't know how to love one another because we've been traumatized. We don't know how to honor one another because we've been murdered. And we're too busy in the bathroom washing off our skin from this rapist.
Ecclesiastes what?
6 and 13. 6 and 13. So we're going to go to these bedrocks and we're going to keep it simple. We're going to keep it, you know what I'm saying? We're going to keep it understandable. We're going to keep it practical. Because this is the Israel School of universal practical knowledge. We're going to keep it practical. Because, you know what I'm saying? If you go up and down Warburton, up and down, you know what I'm saying? Up and down Ashburton, you know what I'm saying? Up and down North Broadway, South Broadway, you know what I'm saying? Yonkers Avenue, up and down. In the little side streets, the Morris and Cliff Street, and you know what I'm saying? Van Cortlandt, up and down. Elm Street, you see our people is distraught. Our people is damaged. Our people is traumatized. Our people is in the shower right now and try to get that stench off us. But if you have a Bob Shaw, can you read it? Because we definitely need to do these things right here, according to the law, statutes, commandments, according to the Bible, what was given to the blacks, Hispanics, Native American, and who are the 12 tribes of Israel. Can you read that, Bob Shaw?
This is Ecclesiastes 6 and 13. Separate thyself from thine enemies, and take heed of thy friends.
Yeah, start from the top, sir.
Separate thyself from thine enemies.
So that's what we need to do. We need to separate ourselves. This is my scripture right here. Because we didn't, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we ain't have time. We ain't get no time. When did we separate ourselves from our enemy? We know who our enemy is. Our enemies is setting up the tribe of Issachar, their family, on the border, separating families. Right there on the border. Up until this day, you know what I'm saying? It's been 5 years. 5 years that they've been separating our family, you know what I'm saying, from the father from the son, from the mother, from the daughter. 5 years. It's been 5 years already. Probably over 5 years. And we still separated. They didn't never still come together. Families are still separated on the board. Why did we forget this? Huh? Why are we forgetting this? Not the men in the I.S.U.P.K. We're not forgetting this at all. Until our brothers and sisters come together and be reunited, this, you know what I'm saying, our oppressor is keeping our families separated and keeping blacks separated from Hispanics and keeping Hispanics separated from the Native American Indians and keeping the Native American Indians separated from the, you know what I'm saying, so-called blacks and so-called Hispanics. We are being separated by this rapist. We are. But read that from the top.
Separate thyself from thine enemies.
So that's what we need to do, blacks, Hispanic, Native American Indians. God's people. God's people. God's chosen people. The 12 tribes of Israel. We need to separate ourselves from our enemies. The one who got your baby in cages. The one who's throwing paper towels at you. The one who's calling your country you know what I'm saying? What is it? Sweet honey iced tea. Whole country. Call y'all a bunch of thieving rapists. That's, you know what I mean? We need to separate ourselves from our enemies. That's what we need to do. Because they are our enemies. They are our enemies. We learned helplessness. Now our enemy became our friend. But it says it right here in the scripture, separate ourselves from our enemy. I thought we were all supposed to come together. You know what I'm saying? I thought the Bible is supposed to bring everybody together. That's what the Bible, you know what I'm saying? That's what the Christian church said. That's why, you know what I'm saying? Our Hispanic brothers and sisters, excuse me, that's what the Catholic Church says. It's all one. You know what I'm saying? The God in the Bible want everybody to come together. That's what they preach all the time. They want everybody to come together. I'm gonna get your question. They want everybody to come together. They want blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians to come together under them. And we'll be their slaves again. Because if they, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna let you know. If they can bring back slavery, you know they will. They're doing it right now. Paying you pennies. Paying you pennies on these jobs. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You had the coronavirus running rampant all over the world and still have blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians go to work. Go to work for pennies. Huh? Working these warehouses jobs. Working these, you know what I'm saying? Working these FedEx jobs, these UPS jobs, these, you know what I'm saying? These Amazon jobs. They're working them hard during a pandemic and getting pennies. They're supposed to get life-changing money. Life-changing money. Because they're putting their life on the line just to move a couple of boxes from left to right. Coming in 2 in the morning. Coming in 2 in the morning. Our oppressor is such the devil, what the Bible speaks of. And put a sign on the side of the building. Put a sign on the side of the building to say, heroes work here. Right. Look how deviant this, you know, that this devil is. During the pandemic, when people's dropping like flies, when people getting sick. And when this nation talking about, oh, you got to be 6 feet away from, there's no 6 feet when you're working in a warehouse. Yeah. There's no 6 feet when you're working inside a trailer. Where is it? Where is it? There's no 6 feet. There's no wiping down stuff. None of that stuff. That junk was a hub for blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans to die. For a bunch of pennies. Oh, well, you know what? We're not going to give you pennies. We're going to give you a couple quarters. This is what our oppressors said. Say, yo, we're going to give you a raise. We're gonna give you a raise for a month.
Right.
We're gonna give you a raise for a month. How's that sound? How's that sound with people who working for FedEx? How's that sound? We're gonna give you a raise in this pandemic because heroes work here. Heroes work here. But we're gonna give you a raise for a month. While FedEx is, you know what I'm saying, is crushing it. Crushing it. UPS is crushing it. Millions upon millions and billions and billions. Them niggers and spicks and the wetbacks and the redskins, give them a couple of pennies more. Give them a couple of pennies more. Everything is going up but wages. Ain't no living wages out there no more. You got to kill yourself. You got to, you know what I'm saying? There's 24 hours in a day and you got to work 30 hours in a day. You know what I'm saying? You know a slave worked 30 hours. There's 30 hours in a day for a slave. There's 30 hours in a day for a slave. 30 hours. Not 24, 30. There's no days off. They changed the policies now in these warehouses. Used to, you know what I'm saying? It used to be the warehouse is closed. You know what I'm saying? The warehouse is closed. Ain't no work going on in the warehouse. Oh, not anymore. 7 days a week. 24 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? But when you're dealing with slave, 30 hours a day, 7 days a week. So what blacks are spending? Oh, Salaki, what was your question?
I forgot.
Oh, Salaki, I apologize about that. My apologies. You, sir?
No,
Okay. Yeah, so what blacks and Hispanics need to do? With the scripture.
Oh, separate thyself from thine enemies.
So that we would need to do, we need to separate ourselves from our enemies, blacks, Hispanic, and American. We need to separate ourselves. But we've been so traumatized, you know what I mean? What are we gonna do? We can't separate ourselves. We can't separate ourselves. Yes, we can. Spiritually, we can separate ourselves. We can separate ourselves. That's what you need to do spiritually. We need to separate ourselves. Salakia, sir. That's what blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians need to do. We need to separate ourselves from our enemies. We need to separate ourselves from our enemies. And take heed to a friend. That's what we need to do. We need to take heed to a friend. That's what we need to do. Yes, sir.
You want a bit of coffee?
No, lie, sir.
I'll make you like 1 or 2 breaks.
Yes, sir. So we need, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians need to do to separate ourselves from our enemies. The ones who separated families on the border. The ones who, you know what I'm saying, the ones who's telling you to work up, you know what I'm saying, to work all day, every day. All day, every day. The ones who's giving you crumbs. The ones who calling you, you know what I'm saying? The one you call, you know what I'm saying? The Mexican taking our jobs. What you mean it's taking our jobs? What you mean? If they taking the jobs, who's hiring? Why they not going after the people who's hiring them? You know what I'm saying? They always say, oh, they're taking our jobs. They're taking these, you know what I'm saying, construction jobs. What? They're being hired. So why you not going after the people who's hiring them?
Right.
That don't make no sense. Yes, sir.
Yeah, the common thing is, I remember General Muhammad said this, like, this is like, and you don't think about this until it's really brought to your attention. How do you physically steal a job? Like, imagine, like, because you do FedEx. Imagine I come to you, like, because I know you like kind of drive the little truck things, right? Yeah, I'm gonna scoot you out the chair, take it. Sorry, this is mine now. Like, I'm gonna be escorted off premises unless your boss I tell your boss, I'm in a messed up position, so I'll do it for half or a third of what he's doing it for. So he fires you and takes advantage of my bad position, which is really what happened to the Mexicans.
Well, Salaki, sir, that is good business.
Right.
That is capitalism at its best.
Right.
Yes.
So like, you know, just adding to that, if you think like the situation with Haitian in Dominican Republic, they have you know, to a point where they call them nationals, because before they were called illegals. It's no different than the Mexican situation. Same thing, they're going through India, you know, Mexico, you know, the whole thing with, obviously with the Kuna mission, right? But I look at how there's people over there talking about, they sound like, but they sound like a bunch of, you know, heathens, you know, the other kind, right? And I'm thinking, they're taking your job and they're breeding. Maybe you need to take a hard hat, boots, or maybe you need to take a machete and go to the sugar cane. Maybe that's the type of job they're taking from you. It doesn't sound like a job.
You know what you said. You know, I understand what you're saying. Why won't you take their jobs?
Right.
Why won't you start cutting down cane? You know what I'm saying? Sugar cane. Go. You know what I'm saying? Go to the strawberry patches and work for 2 cents an hour. Why don't you take their jobs?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Why don't you take their jobs? But guess what happened if our oppressor go to the strawberry patch and they start doing that? Guess what happens? It'll be a living wage. It'd be a living wage. It would be, you know what I'm saying? Those people would be getting like $25 an hour.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? They would be getting a living wage. Right. But because we are God's chosen people and we're being punished. You know what I mean? That's somebody who work in the field, they supposed to get, you know what I'm saying? They farmers. You know what I'm saying? They're bringing food up. They have to go down there and get a certain amount. That it should goes without saying. Right. These people are supposed to be getting a living wage. You know what I'm saying? The average. You know what I'm saying? Because if our oppressor end up getting those jobs, you know, strawberry is going to cost about like $40. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You understand that, right? Right. I guess the people don't understand. Understand what you know? Mangoes will be unaffordable. Mangoes will be unaffordable. Go ahead.
Yeah, so like if I make this, I see your point, but always remembering also that when we telling our people, like you said, if they go after those jobs, then you'll be able to solve the problem that so-called they taking your jobs, so you hire them, and now you business with them, and you know, skip the middleman. Because where they have us is with the migration thing. And then we taking the side, like you said, with the scripture saying, to separate from our enemies. So it's like economic 101. Like, why don't you just skip the middleman? You make money, he makes money, then you won't have that problem where you have to like, oh, they taking my, you'll be living great instead of a sort of an envy per se. So he's breeding, he got to do something.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly, because it's true. You know what I'm saying? Right. What you're saying is true, because it's all this devil. Right. It's again, you know what I'm saying? This devil try to, you know, and you have, you know what I'm saying, so-called blacks saying that they're taking the jobs. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? I'm like, how? You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even know how, you know, the Mexican brother was in the position to write, you know what I'm saying, to write down amendments and change laws. I didn't even know that. So more Mexicans could get more jobs. I didn't even know it was going down like that. You know, I didn't even know. What jobs? What jobs is taking? You know what I mean? What jobs is taking?
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? So, because blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, like I said, we even never had time enough for, you know what I'm saying, for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians to get together and separate ourselves. Because, you know what I'm saying, from our enemy, because we know who the enemy is based on the history of this country, based on the history of, you know what I'm saying, of so-called Blanquito, Diablo, the biggest mentirosa. Right. You know what I mean? It gets no more liar than him. Then he comes to your country and oppose, you know what I'm saying, and oppose you, and you better be Catholic. You better be, or we're going to rape your grandfather. We're going to rape the grandson. We're going to rape all the males in your family. Because that's how deep and perverted this bastard is. You know? And they're known for, you know what I'm saying, molestation. The Catholic Church is known for that. Everybody make jokes about it, so on and so forth. That's how big it is. It's so known that it's okay to make jokes about it. But meanwhile, it's still happening. across, you know what I'm saying, up and down South and North America right now, as we speak. As we speak. So we need to separate ourselves, read.
Verse 13.
Verse 13,
yeah. And take heed of thy friends.
And do what?
And take heed of thy friends.
To take heed to our friends. The only friends, and I say this, I'm going to say this time and time again, the only friends that we have is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Those are the only friends that we have. We need to separate ourselves from our enemies and take heed and take hold. You know what I'm saying? And take heed to our friends. But we don't know what friends is. Because I'm going to keep it basic. I'm going to keep it practical. According to the law, statutes, and commandments. According to this Bible. You know what I'm saying? According to blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Better known as niggers, spics, wetbacks, and redskins. Who are God's chosen people. According to our Constitution. Our Constitution. This is within our Constitution, blacks, Hispanic, Native American Indians. Let me get John.
John.
What I think is 5 and 13. If I'm not mistaken.
5 and 13.
Greater love and friend.
That's 13 and 15.
13 and 15, sloppy.
I want to say it's 13 and 15. It might be 15 and 13, but I want to say 13 and 15 first.
Because we don't know what a friend is. I'm going to keep it basic. I'm going to keep it according to the law, statutes, commandments. I'm going to keep it towards the Bible. I'm going to keep it towards our Constitution. This is the brotherhood class. This is the sisterhood class. You know what I'm saying? We look around our neighborhood in Yonkers. We look all over Yonkers. Where's the brotherhood? Where's the sisterhood? Yo, I'm from Whitney Young. All my brothers live in Whitney Young. All my brothers is from Warburton. All my brothers, you know what I'm saying, is from Slowbonds. All my brothers from School Street. All my brothers is from Locust. Anything outside of Locust is not my brothers.
15 and 13.
Come. Those is my friends. My friends is just live in 354, 358. Those is all the friends I have. But guess what? We don't know what a friend is. We don't know what a friend. We look on TV. We look, you know what I'm saying? We look towards, you know what I'm saying? We look towards the streets. We look towards other people who have trauma in their life. We look towards, you know what I'm saying, the examples for friends. We look towards the rapist, the murderer, for example, to teach us how to be a friend. But this is a friend right here. Can you read that, Baba Shaw? This is who we got to take heed to. Blacks, Hispanic, Native American, and we got to take heed to a friend. What is a friend according to the Bible?
This is Book of John, 15 verse 13. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friend.
That what?
Man laid down his life for his friend.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians need to do what?
Lay down his life for his friend.
For a friend. That's going to the Bible. That's going to John 15 and 13. Right there. Take heed to a friend who will lay, you know what I'm saying? No greater love. No greater love. Because we don't even know what love is. We don't know what friend is, nor love. That's what it said. No greater love. What is the love according to the Bible? What is the love according to our Constitution, Black, Hispanic, Native American Indians? What is that? What is love? You know, love can mean anything now. We already know that. Our person is the devil, what the Bible speaks of. Confusion. Whatever I feel. You know what I mean? Whatever I feel. I love making money. So I'm going to sell drugs to, you know what I'm saying, to my so-called friends, my next door neighbor, mother. I'm going to sell drugs to her because I love money. How to get that money? I love money. I love money. I love, you know what I'm saying? I love moving this weight. I gotta move this weight. This is what, you know what I'm saying? This is what I do. I move this weight. I love the people who's around me. I love them. I love the people who helped me destroy my friend's mother. Because it's helping me love this money. Because we're looking towards our oppressor. We're looking towards our oppressor. We don't know the definition of friend nor love at all. But it says right here, greater love. You know what I'm saying?
Salah, you want to say?
Oh, yeah, yes, sir. But it says this. Greater love, no man than that a man laid down his life for his friend. If we separate ourselves and get a safe place and take heed to a friend, it will be a friend who will lay down his life for you. He will lay down his life for you. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we need to lay down our life for each other. Because that's what we got, is each other. That's all we got. That's all we got. It's each other, but we got to learn how to love.
God, you ready to go?
We got to learn how to love and learn how to be a friend. Come on, can you read up?
13. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends.
For his friends. And so that's a friend right there, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's a friend, according to the Bible. Because there's no friends, there's no definition for friend in the American Constitution at all. There's no moral compass there. How to be a friend. You know what I'm saying? How to show love to one another. How you do that. There's no, you know what I'm saying? There's no, you know what I'm saying? There's no, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing better than the Bible, better than our Constitution, better than the Most High God's statutes and commandments. We have to teach this. We have to be reminder of this, how to love. Because sometimes, you know what I'm saying, we go through traumas and tribulations and we forget about our brothers and sisters, and we forget about love. We start being selfish like our oppressor. You know what I'm saying? Like the so-called Blanquito. We start looking like him. We start trying to be like him. We start trying to follow his philosophy of love. His philosophy of, you know what I'm saying, of love is whatever you feel. Whatever you feel. What do that mean? Just because you feel it doesn't make it right. Go ahead.
So like that coming, I think it's an old guy, forget. They have a like an Illuminati concept where they say, do as thou will. Like, what the hell does that mean?
Yeah, that's the Satanist.
Satan, yeah. Do as thou will. Well, my will is to knock people out every 2 minutes. That's my will. And I'm gonna let you know, there's brothers who's suffering from trauma, who's literally go and does that. Because they so angry that does that. Yes, sir.
My will is to rob the nigga who said do as thou will.
Exactly. Because that's what you're doing. You know what I mean? Because you following behind your own skin, your own lust. You're not thinking about nobody else. You're not thinking about your brother. You don't even like your brother. You don't even know how to be a brother. You don't. Yes, sir.
Nah, you know what I'm saying? It's only about yourself, because I bet you the minute I pull out a gun and say, word, I'm robbing you, you know, you stuck. He's going to be like, wait, well, that's not what I meant. Mm-hmm. Do what I want means do what I want. I want your money.
That's right, because if we're gonna go in, we might as well. You know what I mean? We might as well go through all this, because it's a rabbit hole. Where do it stop? Where do it stop? So but if we come back to the law, statutes, and commandments, you know what I'm saying? And can you read that? Can you read that again, sir?
Verse 13. Greater love hath no man than this.
Go on.
That a man lay down his life for his friends.
But a man will lay down his life for his friend. Now I ain't talking about, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about in righteousness. I'm talking about in righteousness. You know what I'm saying? Your friend is not going to sleep with your wife because it's part of the law, statutes, and commandments. He follows the Most High God. So he's not going to sell drugs to, you know what I'm saying, to your pregnant daughter. You know what I'm saying? His son is not going to whore out, you know what I'm saying, your daughter. He's not going to do that because you know what I'm saying, because he's your friend. He's your friend. Let me get Proverbs chapter 18 verse 24. Proverbs chapter 18 verse 24. He's not going to do that because he followed the Lord's statutes and commandments. Come on, we don't know how to be a friend. Blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians. We don't know how to love. We don't know how to be a brother. We don't know how to be a sister. We don't know how to be a mother. We don't know how. We don't know because we trauma. We too busy. And you know what I'm saying? We too busy laying down in the bed and thinking about, I feel like killing myself today. We're too busy thinking about that. We're too busy thinking about, I need to get drunk because my mind is racing. My mind is racing, and this is the only way I could go to sleep. I hate staying up and, you know what I'm saying, all night and falling asleep, you know what I'm saying, 10 o'clock in the morning because my mind is racing because I don't have a job. I'm fighting this trauma. You know what I'm saying? I'm fighting off this trauma. I want to blow my head off. I'm depressed. I don't know who to turn to. There's a place that you could turn to. There's a place that you could turn to. You could turn to the I.S.U.P.K. Because that's what's going on in Yonkers. That's what's going on every day. There's a dark cloud over Yonkers right now. Dark cloud. Dark cloud. Even in the daytime, there's a dark cloud. There's a dark cloud. Everybody's depressed. Everybody's depressed. And every night they go home and think about blowing their head off. Every day, you know what I'm saying? They get up and thinking about, I want to blow my head off. Because there's no place I could go to. Or I'm going to blow somebody else's head off. Because there's no place I could go to. To filter out all this trauma that, you know what I'm saying, our oppressor did on us. I'm depressed. I don't know where to go to. So I don't know how to be a brother. I don't know how to be a friend. I don't know how to show love. Because all these centuries, I've been, you know what I'm saying, I've been watching TV. I've been watching my oppressor. I don't know how. I don't know how to cope with another brother who looks like me. I don't even know how to cope with my own family members. But, sir, if you got that scripture, can I get Proverbs 18 and 24?
18:24. A man that has friends must show himself friendly. And there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother.
All right, read that from the top.
24. A man that has friends.
A man that what?
Has friends.
Blacks and Spaniards and Native American Indians, we are what?
Has friends.
Blacks and Spaniards and Native American Indians. This is what we need to become. We need to become what?
Friends.
Go on.
Must show himself friendly.
Must what?
Show himself friendly.
Blacks and Spaniards and Native American Indians, we need to be what?
Show himself friendly.
Blacks and Spaniards and Native American Indians. This is what we have to do. We have to show ourselves what?
Friendly.
We have to show ourselves friendly. But we don't know how. We don't know how to show ourselves friendly. We think, oh man, you dropping that nickel bag down to $3, good looking. You getting half on that dime, you're good looking. You give me a little portion off of that, you know what I'm saying, off of that ounce. Oh, good looking. You're a good friend. I'm going to sniff the half of it, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to sniff, you know what I'm saying, half by myself, then half with my pregnant wife. We need to show himself friendly. Go on, sir.
John, Salam, one sir.
I'll finish off. And, go on, sir.
And there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother.
There's a what?
Friend that sticketh closer than a brother.
There's a friend. So if we separate ourselves and take heed to a friend, we would stay thicker and closer than a brother. And he's talking about a blood brother, right, sir?
Right.
Talking about a brother. So there's a friend that's more closer than your blood brother. Because that friend is following the Lord's statutes and commandments. That friend is following the Lord's statutes and commandments.
You got water. That's it. Water. You got water.
That's what a friend is. The friend is following the Lord's statutes and commandments. Now, if that friend is following the Lord's statutes and commandments, I'm going to go to Ecclesiasticus, chapter 6, verse 14, and say, a faithful friend is a strong defense. A faithful friend is a strong defense, and he that have found such an one have found a treasure.
Right.
I gotta read that. Again. A faithful friend, because this friend done show, you know what I'm saying, show himself friendly, because he followed the Lord's statutes, commandments. He know the definition of being a friend. He knows the definition of love and being a brother. He knows the definition because he got his life on the line. Not only for that friend, for his mother, for his family. Because his family know what a friend is. People use that word loosely, friend. Know what a friend is according to the Lord's statutes, commandments, according to the, you know what I'm saying, according to the Bible. We are God's chosen people. This is our definition. This is our definition now, because we don't know. Now we know. If we come to the Most High God, if we follow His Lord's statutes, commandments, we will understand the definition, what a friend is. And it says right here in Ecclesiasticus, chapter 14, a faithful friend is a strong defense. Where we need a defense from? We need our defense to be strong. We need our friends to be strong. And what is the defense is? A defense is from this oppressor. Because once we separate ourselves, we take heed to a friend and a faithful friend. What is faithful in? Understanding and coming together. You know what I'm saying? Going, you know, to being faithful that out of nothing we can make something. We don't see it now, but it will be, you know what I'm saying? It will be friendship between Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Because we are a family. We are a family. I'm a faithful friend to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. I take heed to a friend. Because I know a friend is a strong defense. Because that's what I need. I need a defense. I need a defense. I need a friend who will be there for me. Will put his life on the line for me. You know what I mean? That will be, you know what I'm saying? That will pick up the phone call when I call. You know what I mean? To understand and to understand what, you know what I'm saying? To understand where I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying? To fix my trauma. So I don't have to take a shower every 30 minutes. Try to get that nasty filth of the molestation off of me. Every 20 minutes, you know what I'm saying, by me blowing my head off. Because I'm watching my mother getting high. And I never had help of the trauma. I need that friend. I need to take heed to that friend. I need to separate the people who put my people in this position. That's what I need to do. So I can have that defense. And he that hath found such a one, have found, you know what I'm saying? So he that found, you know what I mean, found the friend, where is this like? Have found a friend, and one have found a treasure. If you found this friend that put his life on his line, he is strong defense, that's a treasure. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, a friend is a treasure to one another. Because we're putting our life on the line for one another. Because we're following the Lord's statute commandments for one another. Because we love the Most High God. Now, this is love according to the Bible, because we don't know what love is. Love thinking, I'm just going to hug you, and I know you, and you know me, and you live in Whitney Young, and you know what I'm saying, and we're from Whitney Young, so the only person I'm going to love is just people from Whitney Young. That's what I'm going to do. Forget Cottage, forget Moffett. Oh yeah, by the way, Moffett is gone. Moffett is gone. So everything, all that trauma that happened in Moffett is gone. All those people are scattered. There's no more Moffat. The biggest projects in Yonkers is gone.
What, they got rid of it? They sold the building?
Not so the building. The building is gone.
How?
Construction.
Yeah, so somebody sold the building.
No, I'm not. It's not a building. It was a whole complex. It's gone.
And somebody sold it, or?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. But it's gone. All the stuff, you know what I'm saying? All the stuff that was going on in Mulford, you know what I'm saying? All everything, because we know what was going on in Mulford. Brothers killing brothers, brothers selling drugs to each other, brothers, you know what I'm saying, whoring out our sisters, brothers setting up brothers, brothers robbing brothers, so on and so on and so on and so forth. That was going on. You know what I mean? There were people from Mulford hate people from Ashburton. People from Ashburton don't like people from Winnie Young. Hey, no brotherhood, no sisterhood, no nothing. Because we did not separate ourselves from thy enemy and take heed to a what? To a friend. You know what I mean? We didn't, you know what I'm saying? We didn't show each other friendly. And you become more thicker than a brother. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You become more thicker than your blood brother. Go on. You was about to say something?
So like, is this what the chapter is at? Where it talks about how the wickedness in the drugging, how I believe it explains how unbrotherly it is when you sell drugs. So it literally tells you it's calls them a witch. So
Yes, because you're cooking up something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's witchcraft. That's what it is. You know what I mean? And Salaki, you know what I'm saying? I was calling, I was in the world, and I never looked, you know what I'm saying? I never thought about it like that, witches, you know what I'm saying? Like kind of a spooky word.
Right.
You know what I mean? But they are cooking up.
Right.
They are making fiends. They are making zombies. They making what the Walking Dead. That's what they're doing. And guess where the Walking Dead is walking to? To them.
Right.
They control the Walking Dead. The people who are selling you the drug or putting you in a position to sell drugs.
Right.
You become a Walking Dead. But that's the reason why we come into the law, statutes, and commandments. That's the reason why we're coming back to our heritage. That's the reason why we're starting to understand that we are God's chosen people. Because we are hard-headed. We want to follow behind everybody except for the Most High God and come to we are the chosen people.
So like, if I may, that same scripture or like the verse after is something that explains the punishment for that.
You're talking about Ecclesiastes?
I believe it's Ecclesiastes. This sounds like the chapter.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm reading now. I'm reading two scriptures actually, Proverbs and Ecclesiastes, 6 and 14, and Proverbs 18 and 24. I'm just bringing understanding that blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians. This what happens. A faithful friend is a strong defense because we need a defense from our oppressor, and we need a friend from our oppressor, and we need to separate our oppressor and take hold to our friend. And he that have found such an one have found a treasure. That's a treasure to blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Let me get Salaki. So let me get 2 John chapter 1 verse 6. 2 John chapter 1 verse 6. Because we don't know, you know what I'm saying? We're losing this word. You know what I'm saying? We got, you know what I'm saying? We got these so-called, you know what I'm saying? We call ourselves because we grew up together. We grew up from the, you know what I'm saying? From the what it is, from the sandbox up into the streets. You know what I'm saying? We know each other. We went to school with each other, so on and so forth. We did dirt, you know what I'm saying, with each other. We robbed, you know what I'm saying? We robbed brothers. We robbed other people together. We sold drugs together. You know what I'm saying? We stole cars together. You know what I'm saying? We whore out our sisters together. That's my friend. You see how illmatic that we is? You see how ill that we are? Because we follow behind our oppressor. We follow behind our oppressor. All the dirt that we doing together, we call that man, yo, he sold me You know what I'm saying? We do dirt together, man. We do dirt together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. We go with how we feel. We go with how we feel. There's no honor. What they say, no honor amongst thieves. We're a bunch of filthy ass thieves. That's how we get down. There's no honor and dirtiness. Yo, listen up, man. Listen up, man. I'm gonna do dirt to live clean. What kind of philosophy is this? This is our oppressive philosophy.
And that's exactly how they all think.
That's exactly how we all think. Because we're looking at our oppressor. Because you know why? Because we learn helplessness. We've been around it so much, we normalized this stuff. We normalized it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I'm showing love to the fam. Everybody's eating. We're going to move this weight. We're going to sell, you know what I'm saying? We're going to get these corners, hit these corners hard body. We're going to hit these corners in Winning Young. We're going to sell drugs to, you know what I'm saying, to our next door neighbor. Literally our next door neighbor. Literally. Our next door neighbor. Our next door neighbors knocking on our door every like 3 hours because they want to get high. Huh? Our next door neighbor. From 354 to 358. Same building. They both buildings connect right in the basement. 358. So I'm gonna sell drugs, you know what I'm saying, from 354 to 358, and everybody in between. That's how damaged we are. That's how damaged we are. But we love them. We see them. We have our own, you know what I'm saying, our own little barbecue, our own little neighborhood barbecue. We love that. We love our neighborhood. We love our neighborhood because we follow behind our oppressor. Let me show you what love is. 1 John chapter 1 verse 6.
1 John 1:6, and this is love.
And this is what?
Love.
This is according to the Bible, according to the Lord's statutes and commandments, according to blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, all God's chosen people. And this is what we have to take heed to. This is also what we have to take heed to. No greater love than this. Read on.
That we walk after his commandments.
That we do what?
Walk after his commandments.
Hold on. That sounds like an action word. That's an action. Walking is an action. That we do what?
Walk after his commandments.
That we walk after his commandments. That's the law, statutes, and commandments. The Bible is a Bible of laws and statutes and commandments and brotherhood and sisterhood. And if we do this, we have the keys to the earth. Go on.
That as you have heard from the beginning, you should walk in it.
As we did what?
As you have heard it from the beginning, ye should walk in it.
Ye should walk in. Yeah, I heard. This is from the beginning. We're supposed to be doing this in the beginning. We're talking about Genesis. Read that from the top, sir.
And this is love.
So this is love. Blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians. This is love. This is friend. This is friendship. No greater love than this. No greater love than this. This is love according to the Bible. Where the Christian church at? Where the crap is? Anybody out there, anybody that's out there that's on YouTube or on Facebook, did any your Christian church have taught you this? Love is an action word. Love, you know what I'm saying? Love is like, you know what I'm saying, little baby, you know what I'm saying? I love you. Spitting game. You know what I mean? Spitting game. Oh, yo, I love my mother. You know what I'm saying? We got like a ambiguous. You know what I mean? Which love can mean anything. You know? But we use it loosely and don't know how deep love is. Because we don't know what love is. You know what I'm saying? We don't know love is, especially according to the Bible. Especially according to the Bible.
Yeah.
Yo, you know what I'm saying? I love my mother, so I'm not going to sell drugs to my mother. But I will sell drugs to my friend's mother. That's love. The person know love because the person love his mother. The person love his mother. Yo, I ain't never gonna sell drugs to my moms. Nah, man, that's Mom Dukes. That's Mom Dukes. But you know what I'm saying? But my homeboy, another name for homeboy is friend. But my homeboys, oh yeah, I sell drugs to his mother all day long. Because I gotta get mine. I don't know her like that. I don't know your mother like that. Oh, sorry, what you was gonna say?
No, you know what I'm saying? And the homeboy's mother ended up breaking into your house and stealing all your stuff.
Oh yeah, because you know why? Because that's your next door neighbor. That's your next door. That's your neighbor. Blacks, Hispanics, and American Indians, we are neighbors. We are the only neighbors. But that's going on because we are trauma and we've been beat down. And we don't know the definition of brotherly, loving, friend, consideration. We don't know this stuff.
Right.
We think, you know what I'm saying? We think, hey, I got money, you got money. So it's by default. You know what I mean? I'm not going to rob you, you're not going to rob me. It's by, you know what I mean? It's some type of neutral ground. You know what I mean? You know, but it's by, you know what I'm saying? It's all by itself because we didn't go through stages of knowing how to love each other, you know what I'm saying, in spite of. You know? In spite of. But no, we got respect to a person. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's what we got. That's what we have. Respect to a person. Let me get, you know what I mean? And let me get on Matthew's chapter 18, verse 15. Because we don't, you know what I'm saying? We don't have like a moral compass. If we get into an argument with our brother, we're gonna kill that brother. If we get into, you know what I'm saying, we get into so-called beef, we're gonna end up stomping that brother out. Stomping him, you know what I'm saying, pistol whipping him, robbing him, because he was slipping. Because he was, look what type of excuse that we give. We robbed that brother. The brother don't have nothing. You don't have anything. So you want to take his lint so you can have two lints. Yo, he got caught slipping. Just because he walked down the block? So you're going to look towards him as, oh man, I got to eat. You're going to look towards him as food. That's what we look towards each other, as food. Because we're looking at our oppressor, the so-called white man, the so-called other nations, the rapists. The rapists look towards us as prey, and that's what he did. Right. That's exactly what he did, and we looked towards it, and he raped us, and raped us, and raped us, and raped us. Then we normalized it. Right. We normalized it because we didn't separate ourselves from our enemy and take heed to the other person who got raped, right, and realize I didn't do anything to you. You didn't do anything to me. You my brother. You my friend. Right. And we need to heal this trauma. We need to heal this trauma to one another. You know what I mean? We need to heal this trauma to one another. And now I look towards you as a defense. Right. I look towards you as a treasure because you're my friend. And we've both been traumatized. We had time enough to heal. I know that you know what I'm saying? I know where you stand now. I know that you know what I'm saying, that you fear the Most High God. I know that you stick to the law, statutes, and commandments. I know you are forced. And I'm going to say this again. I know that you are forced to love me. You are forced to love me. Because you know why? Because you love the Most High God. And you have to remember that every time. You have to walk in these laws, statutes, and commandments. Because it's been said from the beginning. And you have, you know what I'm saying? And you have shown me that you was friendly. And you're more thicker than my blood brother. You know what I mean? You're more thicker than my blood brother. Because my blood brother don't fear the Most High God. He don't care. This is my own truth. I'm living my own truth. Yo, if my, you know what I'm saying? So what, man? You know what I mean? You know, that's my sister. She can do whatever she want to do. You know? You know what I'm saying? She can, you know what I mean? Oh, that's my man's sister. Oh, she want to be by my whore. Oh, okay, you know. That's her business. I'm going to slut her out. That's your man's sister. I hope you know that. That's your man's sister. Well, that's what you want to do. Okay, slut her out. But that's your man that you're rolling with together. Y'all sell drugs together. I hope you know that. Y'all sell drugs together. You know what I'm saying? Wrestle drug together. Salaki. So if I may, matter of fact, get the scriptures, Salaki. I was gonna go on the 10. This is and our brothers need to know this. Our brother need to know this right here. Because there's a lot of things going on, and if you ain't following the law, statute, commandments, if you don't know, you know what I'm saying? If you don't know that we are God's chosen people, and since 1969, I.S.U.P.K have been teaching blacks, Hispanic, and Native American Indians. They are God's chosen people. There's law, statute, commandments that we have to follow. And this is one of the commandments. Let me get that, Barbara Shaw. Matthew chapter 18, verse 15.
Verse 15, moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone. If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother.
Start from the top, Barbara Shaw. So blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Because up and down Yonkers, up and down, Warburton, School Street, you know what I'm saying, Main Street, Walnut, you know what I'm saying, Chestnut, Elm, Cliff, you know what I'm saying, Woodworth, Slow Bombs, oh man, Lawrence, Ludlow, Ludlow, Riverdale, oh man. All up and down there, trespasses is being done. Trespassing, slinging at them, trespasses is being done because we don't love each other. Because we don't, you know what I'm saying, we use those words loosely. We use friendly, you know what I'm saying, being a friend loosely. We use all that stuff loosely. We follow behind our oppressor. We follow behind, you know what I'm saying, anything that we want to do. We are stiff-necked people. If you're our enemy, and guess what? Those are God's chosen people also. This is what we have to do. This is what we have to do. So any brother that cannot iron out, you know what I'm saying, supposed to iron out their differences like this. Any brother that had differences with any other brother from Whitney Young, from Cottage, from Riverdale, from Warburton, from Woodworth, from Lawrence, from Cliff, from Elliott, blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, this is what we need to do. Read.
15, moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee.
So if our brother said trespass against you, trespass means to sin against you, to do something that, you know what I'm saying, that rubbed you the wrong way. Read.
Tell him his fault between thee and him alone.
So, you know what I'm saying? So you go to that brother, you go to that Hispanic, you go to that Native American Indian, you go to that, you know what I'm saying, that so-called black. You go to him and him alone and explain to him about, yo, you know what I'm saying, what you said to me the other day, you know, kind of rubbed me the wrong way. So I'm coming to you, you know what I'm saying, to let you know, can we please iron out our differences? Read on.
John. If he shall hear thee.
If he what?
Shall hear thee.
Now this is important. If your brother, blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians, if we do what?
Shall hear thee.
Now, if there's anybody that's in the chat right now, what do it means that if the brother shall hear he? Now, somebody brought an offense to a brother. You know what I mean? And he explained the offense. Now, if the brother that did the offense heard the other brother, what do that mean? What do that mean? I'll give you a couple of minutes. Because we, you know what I'm saying? Because we don't know that if a brother comes to you and if he hears you. You know what I'm saying? If you explain the offense and then the brother hears you, what do that mean? Because blacks, Hispanic, Native American Indians, this dude goes on in the streets. I ain't gonna front. This dude goes on the street. I know, and I like this law. You know what I'm saying? Some laws and some good stuff that's going on in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Some codes. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Don't come to me with that. You go to him with that. I remember that. I remember. No, man, don't say, and brother, don't say nothing with me on that. You go to him. You let him know how it's going down. You iron that difference. You know what I'm saying? Two men. You go to that man and speak to him, man. You got his number. Call him. Let him know what's up. Well,
like that's an unwritten code because
that's an unwritten
most of us probably came up the same high school. So it's like you don't bring heat to the block because on the side, you know, they all hustling in the same block. Mm-hmm. They selling that, as you were saying, they're selling that drug, somebody's mama, somebody's sister.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. So you got an unwritten rule, but we got written rules right here.
Right.
The written rule is up front and letting you know to remind Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians about this. So can you read that if he is?
Thou hast gained thy brother.
Read before that.
If he shall hear thee.
If he shall hear thee. Now, if the brother, you know what I'm saying? Because in the streets, the brother would say this, and this will be, you know what I mean? And, this would be kind of, it's not a really apology. It's not really an apology. Because the brother would say, yo, man, you know what I'm saying? I've been going through a bad day. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I've been going through a bad day. A lot of, you know what I'm saying? A lot of things is going on. And I hear you, man. I hear you. But you know what I'm saying? A lot of things is going on. You know what I'm saying? This is just, you know, this is just, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, but it's not sorry. Because guess what? You're gonna do it again. Because if you have another bad day, you know what I mean? If you never have another bad day, you're gonna end up doing it again. Right. Because he's blaming it on the bad day. That's what he's doing. Now he's blaming it on the bad day. So that's an excuse. Right. That's an excuse. The person who's bringing the charge to him is not trying to hear that. Right. About bad days. You know what I mean? Remember, a lot of things happen over bad days. Right. Miscommunication. You know what I mean? That's what. So he's gonna say, but he's gonna end up doing it again because we're gonna. Guess what? We in no pressure. He's gonna have another bad day. Right. He's gonna have another bad day. And guess when they're around and they getting drunk or they chilling together, he's gonna do it exactly the same thing. So did you know what I'm saying? Did the brother really hurt that brother? Even though, oh man, you know what I'm saying, my bad, you know what I'm saying, I'm going through it in my red, you know. Oh man. That's how it is, you know the job situation. They got me working, you know what I'm saying, these 30 hours a day. They got me doing that, man. You know how I get, you know what I'm saying? You know how I get when I sit, you know what I mean? You know how I get when I sit, you know? He didn't hear you at all. He didn't hear you at all. This is what it means when he hear you. My apologies. Right. My apologies, brother. That's a hearing you. A brother brought offense to you and said, yo, man, you know, this is what happened, and that made me feel uncomfortable. And he's supposed to say, I apologize for that, brother. You know what I'm saying? I apologize for that. And I'm going to make sure that would not happen again. Because you're my friend. You're my friend. And I'll make sure that would not happen again.
If I may.
Yes, sir.
Another part of hearing is, like, hearing is more so not necessarily about literal your ears. Hearing is more so about understanding. The thing that you're understanding. Let me try to read this to myself. I'm not going to tell him his fault between you and him alone. He shall hear it. The thing that he's hearing is the fault he did towards you. Meaning, like, somebody trespassed against you and they did a fault towards you. It's not, they're not hearing, I did this to you. They're hearing, I hurt you by doing this. And what is the difference? I did this to you can be rebutted. Well, I have the rank, I have this, I was going through this, or I can't personally see how it hurt you. But in actuality, that can be the case. Like, it can be a small thing to a different man, right? Because of how we were raised, how we were brought up. But to this brother, that we don't do that to him. He specifically, and you can do it to other brothers because other brothers are certain ways, but he requires you to deal with them in a certain way. Apologize. Even if you think that's minuscule and trivial to you, you still want to apologize. Why? Because at the end of the day, you want to gain your brother.
Come. You know what I'm saying? Give it up for that priest and prophet, because that is so very true. Because you want to dissolve the differences. You want to dissolve that. Somebody have to say, it stops here. You know? Oh yeah.
So like, if I may, before, if we're thinking hood, right?
Yeah. Everything is all hood. Everything I'm thinking about is that.
Before it's even like cops or outside the situation skill, assess the situation. Because when a brother's hearing, there's one thing that you know psychologically, that's just something like you said. He's built to do that every day because how he's already psychologically built. Now the brother seeing that he's listening, you be the mature one and say, okay, look, I apologize. You had a bad day. But just, come talk to me directly, Because sometimes those are the same cats that are more immature. And then it has everyone in the issue of two. That's why him alone. Don't bring, your wife. I know you got a sister. That makes things worse in the hood. Once you got a woman or a third person, it just gets to, the chaos we see every week.
Yeah, and you're definitely right about that. And that, you know what I'm saying, and that goes along. And also because we've been conditioned and traumatized, and we look towards our oppressor. Why I gotta be the bigger person?
Right.
That's what it says. Why I got you turn the other cheek? And you laugh because you know it's real. People says this. People say this. Why me? Why I gotta be the bigger person?
Right.
You know? And you know what happens after that? You know what happens after that? Now you lost the brother.
Right.
Now you lost the brother. And that's, you know what I'm saying? And that goes along, you know what I'm saying? That goes along with blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians because we did not separate. That's my first scripture, because we did not separate from our enemy.
Right.
Because we didn't take heed to a friend. We didn't do that. We didn't have a safe place. Because I love to run it because this is what people talk now. This is how they talk now. Safe place. I need a safe place. Blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians. Where was the safe place for the trauma?
Right.
You know who got the safe place? So, you know what I'm saying? The Jewish people that stole our identity. The world came up, you know what I'm saying? And it was a logical situation. It was a group of people that was in a place that was getting traumatized and beat down, you know what I'm saying, and run amok. And they realized that, these people that's here traumatizing these people. So let's get these people out of there so they can heal. Let's get them away from the rapists. Let's get them away from, you know what I'm saying, the murderer. Let's get them away from these people. So these people could start healing themselves amongst each other and get over the trauma. Of course, they're going to take care of their brothers and their sisters and their mothers and their fathers. You know what I mean? Because that was their people. That was their people. But when it comes to blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, oh no. Slaves? Healing? You need a place? What? You need a place to heal? Heal? What you mean? You know? They don't have no empathy at all. No empathy. Native American Indians, first world people on reservation.
Right.
Separate. Are they really separated? You know what I mean? They have a place. Okay, let's start healing. No. Oh no. Oh no. We're gonna give you the illusion. I'm gonna give you an illusion that you got sovereignty. I'll give you that illusion on this land. You got sovereignty. I'll give you that illusion. I'll give you that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna flood your area with drugs. You ain't gonna have no water, none of that stuff. You ain't gonna have anything. I'm gonna destroy you. Literally destroy you. And guess what? And then later on, you're gonna put a crown of feathers on me. And you're gonna love me. Oh yeah. To this day, I've been destroying you. I've been breaking all the treaties. I've been raping all your women. I've been kidnapping all your young men and young daughters. I've been kidnapping them all of them. And I'm gonna swoop down and say, I'm gonna help you now. And you're gonna love me. Oh yeah. I put you in those positions. Yeah, doesn't matter. You're gonna love me. And any other brother and any other black or Hispanic, Native American Indian come to you and say, hey, let's get together. Let's start healing together. I'm going to destroy that right there. How dare you talking about separating you from me spiritually so you can heal from the trauma that I give to you. Your friend is you doing drive-bys together. All right, I'm gonna teach you how to be a friend. You and him, y'all gonna sell drugs together. Y'all gonna do drive-bys together. Y'all gonna get drunk together and whore out your sisters together. That's a friend. That's a friend. Don't think about the Bible. Don't think about that. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't think about love. This is love. This is love. The person who you grew up with, that you did all your dirt with, love him. That's love. Do more dirt and love each other. Do dirt and live clean. That's love. You know what, love? Because you did not sell drugs to that friend that you grew up with. That's love. Sell all the drugs you want, but don't sell it to your homeboy, because that's love. This is what our oppressor taught us this. Yo, that kid, you know what I'm saying? That person that, you know what I mean, that you stepped on his sneakers, go kill him. How dare you step on his sneakers? How dare you? No. Don't go and talk to him. Don't go do that. Don't go do that. Don't go do that. What, you gonna think you a chump? Talking to him? Try to solve out your differences? What about if he don't hear you? What you gonna do then? What about he don't listen? What about he look at you as a punk? What you gonna do then? This is our oppressor. He taught us this. Now we hear this in our head. Now we hear this stuff in our head now, automatically. Automatically. We hear that in our head. Off the top, we think, oh yeah, disrespecting dude. Right.
So like, if I mean, not to sidebar, it might be like sort of the same thing. Because it's like, what you saying makes a lot of sense in this situation I've seen on TV. You know, they have the show right now for the Murder Inc. Right?
Yeah.
The Murder Inc. The label came up about. Irv Gotti made a track that I don't know if it's that little thing you do, whatever. But I remember that from that record, the same guy that took DMX, some big tall white guy, I forget his name, whatever. He got a German accent or some shit.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. He made that record. He brought it to that guy. That guy, I believe, he owned Def Jam.
He's Amalek.
He owns Def Jam. So in only the Def Jam, I remember that.
You talking about Rick Rubin? Rick Rubin?
No, not the Amalek. It's another guy.
But the guy is, he told him, this is the softest record I ever heard. That's the same guy that took DMX, with the Rough Riders and stuff, right? I remember this because I was looking at it. This guy was saying, we have to remind the people that are, basically the MO is street, is grimy. Same thing you were just saying. Because he was the president, he's the owner of Def Jam. So when they brought DMX, DMX was all that energy from the street.
Yes.
Robbing, what is it? Robbing and the double R, the robbing.
Unbrotherly.
Right, unbrotherly, and that Amalek, that devil, was saying that basically the same thing you're saying. So we need to show this negative side, not that lovely song that you had with, Irv Gotti made with Shante and when he brought, I was like, this devil. I caught that. Yeah. You talking about it right now the same way though.
No, he's the devil. You know what I'm saying? He's the devil what the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
And that's right. And I'm speaking about it not as you know what I'm saying, because that's the industry. That's just what we have been taught. That's what they've been teaching us.
Right.
You know what I mean? So go ahead.
No, so I get, but reminding that this is the music industry. This is what people in the street are consuming. So in going to, because he's from Yonkers, I remember DMX. And going into that energy, when people are going outside to listen to a rap song, it's that energy that they put in the music that is passed through the people that are the fans. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like they say, energy never dies, but you transfer it from something to something. So, it's the energy that you put behind, because he was saying, nah, we need to remind these people that, the street is grimy, it's hard to live. He was basically trying to push that. You know what I mean? Like sort of a campaign aggressively.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that. That's what they do. That's what we learn. That's what we learned. That's exactly what we learned. But I'm gonna get the time.
8:52.
Oh, 8:52. Okay, we're gonna go to my last scripture. I'm gonna finish off with this.
What is it?
Let me get Psalms chapter 133 and 1. Psalms chapter 133 and 1. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. This is Tuesday Brotherhood class. We're synonymous with sisterhood. You know what I mean?
Psalms what?
133 and 1. And 1. So I'm gonna leave you off with this last scripture. But go to I.S.U.P.K. Is it .org now? I.S.U.P.K.org.
That's a good question. I think it's .org. It's one of the two.
Go to ISUPK.com or ISUPK.org.
Okay.
Scroll down and get the number that's close to you and call that number. Call that number, because Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, the Bible is us. We are the Bible. We are the Bible. We are the chosen people. The Mexicans. The Mexicans are God's chosen people. The Dominicans are God's chosen people. The Cubans are God's chosen people. The Jamaicans are God's chosen people. The Brazilians are God's chosen people. Period. That's it. That's it. There's nobody else out there. There's nobody else out there. Our oppressor set himself up as Jesus. Our oppressor set himself up as the chosen people of God. Come on. We see this. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. We need to learn this again. We need to come back to our Bible. We need to come back to our Constitution. We need to come back to the Most High God to get our moral compass back, to be a brother, to be a sister, to be a mother, to be a father, to understand these law, statute, commandments, to understand what love is, what a friend is, what a brother is. If you read, Papa Shaw, if you have that, can you read that, please?
God. This is 133 and 1, a song of degrees of David. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity.
Read that from the top.
Behold, how good and how pleasant.
So behold, read.
How good.
How what?
Good.
How what?
Good.
Your Blacks, Hispanics, and American Indians, if we come together, it will be what?
Good.
Go on.
And how pleasant it is.
And what?
Pleasant.
The Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, if we show brotherhood, if we show sisterhood, you know what I'm saying? It will be what?
Pleasant.
Go on.
It is for brethren to dwell together.
To wait, for Black and for what?
Brethren.
Well, Blacks, Hispanics, and American Indians are what?
Brethren.
Blacks, and Hispanics, and American Indians are what?
Brethren.
If we separate ourselves and take heed to a friend, we would be what?
Brethren.
Go on.
To dwell together.
To what?
Dwell together.
If we separate ourselves from our oppressor, from the rapist, from the murderer, it is what?
Together.
Go on.
In unity.
In what?
Unity.
If we separate ourselves from our oppressor and take heed to each other and become a friend, it will be what?
Unity.
Go on, read on.
It is like the precious ointment.
It was like a what?
The precious ointment.
So in unity, Blacks, Hispanic, American Indians, if we come in unity, if we separate ourselves spiritually from this oppressor, it is like a what?
Precious ointment.
It's like a precious ointment. It's like a precious ointment. Read on.
Upon the head.
It's like a precious ointment. If we separate ourselves, if we show unity to one another, if we show being, you know what I'm saying, love to one another, if we show being friendly to one another, if we show brother to one another, it's like a precious ointment. Read on.
That ran down upon the beard.
So it would be upon the head that would run down upon the beard. So it would, you know what I'm saying, it would be saturated in this love, in this unity, in this pleasure. You know what I'm saying? Dwelling together, separate spiritually from this oppressor. Blacks, Hispanics, and American Indians, this precious ointment upon our heads. and run down to our beards. We get saturated in the brotherhood. We get saturated in the Most High God. We get saturated in His light, in His love, because we follow the Lord's statutes, commandments. We get saturated in, I cannot kill that brother. I can get saturated. I cannot sell drugs to that pregnant sister. It gets saturated that I cannot whore out, you know what I'm saying, my sister. It gets saturated that I'm not becoming a whore. I'm not becoming a whore and whore out myself in front of these heathen nations. Because we saturated in unity, in brotherhood, and it's a pleasure. Read on.
As the Salakia, even Aaron's beard.
Even what?
Aaron's beard.
Even down Aaron's beard. Read on.
That went down to the skirts of his garment.
Aaron was a so-called Haitian. A Haitian who was God's chosen people. The tribe of Levi. He had a long beard. Read that? Even Aaron's beard?
Even Aaron's beard.
Even Aaron's beard, go on.
That went down to the skirts of his garment.
That went down to the skirts of his garment. It's been saturated, you know what I'm saying? We've been saturated in the Lord's statutes and commandments, in this unity, if we dwell together in a precious ointment. You know what I'm saying? Down, it runs down from the top of the head all the way down our beard, and Aaron's beard was long all the way down to the cuff of his garment. Blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians. We would take over this. We take over this planet. That's what we're supposed to be doing. If we follow the Lord's statute commandment, if we just show brotherhood and sister, if we don't kill our brother, if we, you know what I'm saying, if we go to him and him alone and iron out our differences, it's not grievous. And if you don't know how to do that because of, you know what I'm saying, the trauma that, you know what I'm saying, that we suffer from, go to I.S.U.P.K.com. So we could get right and tight, so we can start grooming ourselves and come, you know what I'm saying, come together, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American in unity. Because we are one family. Español es la familia. See? Right. So I'm priest and officer Parataza. Shalom Yahba Shem Yahshua Rakadah to the brothers. Yahweh Shema Atham by Shem Yahshua to the sister. You know what I'm saying? Go to I.S.U.P.K.com or I.S.U.P.K.org. You know what I'm saying? We have prison programs, we have GED, we have food drive, we feed our people, Blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians. That's what we do. We go on these streets and we teach our people that we are God's chosen people. And with that, I'm going to pass the class over to priest and officer Abaya.
Most high,